get in Nitin Soni now. He's joining us. Nitin, let's talk about the telecom sector. Bharti has done a big fundraising. What does that mean?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. So we at Fitch Ratings, we have a rating of BBB minus, which is on rating watch negative on Bharti Airtel. So they have done a $2 billion equity issuance, which is and another $1 billion of convertible bond issuance, which we have rated at BBB minus, again at rating watch negative. So there are three things which we are looking to resolve the rating watch negative on Bharti's ratings. One is the outcome of the review petition at the Supreme Court, which we believe could happen in the month of January. Second is the completion of this $2 billion equity injection, which management is confident that also will happen in the next couple of weeks. And the third is the impact on the EBITDA growth from the recent tariff hike, which was announced by all the three telcos effective from 5th of December. So these three things we are continuously monitoring. The equity injection and the tariff hike is credit positive for Bharti, but we will still have to look whether they are strong enough to offset the negative impact of the AGR overhang.
Hi Nitin. Yeah, I suppose that AGR overhang is only going to be that niggling factor for Airtel for a very long time. And this is the third fundraise that it has done in the last since 2019. It's $2 billion. Nitin, you've cited that as being the key risk, right? The AGR bid. So do you believe that investors as well will sort of bite the bait, on the growth story, on the expansion plans, on the fact that Airtel, after Jio, has a stronger balance sheet compared to a Vodafone Idea? Do you think that it will be easy for Airtel to raise these funds?
Yeah, I think, the management is quite confident that they will complete this equity issuance and the convertible bond issuance in the next few weeks. And we should acknowledge the fact that this is a company which has raised a significant amount of equity in the last 12 months, beginning with $3.5 billion of equity in 2019 and raising about $1.4 billion from private placement and the Airtel Africa. And then the IPO at Airtel Africa, which raised another $680 million. And they also did a perpetual issuance, which was, we assigned a 50% equity credit on that perpetual hybrid issuance. So the management has clearly shown a commitment to retain the investment grade rating. And this $2 billion equity, which will likely happen in the month of January, is another demonstration of the fact that the company wants to retain a stronger balance sheet, given we have, a large capex ahead of us. 5G spectrum auction can happen in the next 2 to 3 years. And these telcos continuously need financial flexibility to invest in 4G networks and infrastructure.
Right. Nitin, just a word as far as, what's happening with the telecom space here in India. Price hikes have happened. Data growth is looking strong. Do you think what will be the next fundraising is happening for some of these large players? What is the next trigger? The impact of subscriber loss, if any, after this price hike? That's the key thing to watch out for?
See, I think the key thing we are watching out is what will happen with Vodafone Idea. As we know that the chairman of the company has publicly stated that they may exit the industry if they were to pay this large sum of money for the AGR-related dues. So we'll have to see whether Supreme Court will provide any relief or not on the AGR issue. And also, assuming if Supreme Court doesn't provide any relief, whether government will provide any deferred payment mechanism for that AGR amount or not. But I think it's fair to say that if there is no relief coming out of Supreme Court and the government, then Vodafone Idea will start rapidly losing market share. They're already losing market share, but it will just accelerate the loss of market share at Vodafone Idea. They still have about a large subscriber base of 300 million subscribers. And that may be positive for both Jio as well as Bharti, because both Jio and Bharti will gain a large number of subscribers at the expense of Vodafone Idea, and that will improve their EBITDA growth going forward.
All right, Nitin, thank you so much for joining us on the latest happenings with respect to the telecom sector. First, Airtel's QIP, and now, of course, this no open court hearing for the AGR review bid. And